All right. We are live. Today is Wednesday, July 1st. And wow, July already? We're already over halfway through the year. That's crazy. I don't even know how I can fathom that. But you know what? Let's move on past that. And let me ask you a question here. Have you ever like looked at your engagement on Facebook and thought to yourself, man, there's gotta be something going on? Or do you ever think about how Facebook does their engagement and does their algorithm and just think to yourself, like, that's just crazy, right? That's crazy. How could they even fathom doing that, right? So, my name is Josh. My wife and I are network marketers and affiliate marketers. We specialize in helping other network and affiliate marketers in how to uh, get more leads and attract more customers using more effective online methods, specifically attraction marketing. And today we are going to talk about 5 Facebook hacks that can help you maximize your engagement on Facebook. And I know I am not the only one that sits there and, puts out a post, whether it's on your personal profile, your page, Instagram, whatever it may be, and you look at it and you think, man, that was good. Why didn't somebody click on that? Why didn't somebody look at that? Why didn't somebody, give an idea of, like, was that not good enough? Did it not get enough engagement? Because I know I have. That's one thing, you put something out there and you think to yourself, man, that's awesome, but why isn't my audience really resonating with that? Why am I not getting engagement? And so with Facebook, they have a pretty complex algorithm that's in place, which really controls all of that stuff. And over time, I've gone through and I've really kind of, done some research. I've gone through trainings. I've looked at things, how things work, and I've done testing as well. And I've done it on 2 different places, mainly my personal profile, as well as our business page, And so when I've done this testing, what I've noticed is that there's a few things in here that are really key when it comes to what you're posting, right? And when I say really key, what I mean by that is there are things that Facebook looks for that most people may not realize is actually a thing. Most people may not realize that Facebook looks for these specific items, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to go through the 5 things that Facebook really pays attention to, and hopefully they'll learn something. So we're going to dive right in because I've got a lot of content and I want to cover it, but I don't know how fast we'll get through it. So I'll try to get through it as fast as possible and not keep you too long. So number 1, the ultimate Facebook algorithm. Ultimate is thoughtfulness, right? So and what's interesting is people think, wait a minute, thoughtfulness. How can an automated algorithm really care about thoughtfulness? Well, think about this. Facebook interprets thoughtfulness as what's called affinity, right? So affinity is your interaction with people, the people that really look for things on your page, what their interests are, do their interests line up with your interests, things like that, right? So when you're looking at affinity, what is the biggest thing that drives infinity, right? Well, what drives your infinity is your most recent interaction with people, friends, family, coworkers, followers, whatever it may be. So when you're interacting with these people, what Facebook is doing is they're looking at your common interests and going, hey, if you're posting something that doesn't fall within line of those common interests, is it right for Facebook's algorithm to send that information to someone else, right? So what does that mean, right? Well, number 1, that means that it's not a numbers game anymore, right? It's not just post. And the more you post, the more engagement you're going to get. It's not that anymore. And it hasn't been that for quite some time. To be honest, it hasn't been that for months, if not even going on well over a year. Facebook has really changed how they want to do things. And some of that is specifically just trying to determine what's more important to them. Is it more important to get a lot of posts, or is it more important for that social interaction? So what you got to look at is a few things. When are you getting that interaction with people? Where are you getting that interaction with people? How are you getting that interaction with people? That's what Facebook cares about. They don't care about how many times you post or what time of the day you post. Now, I will go to that in a second here, but so it's all about the interaction and engagement. It's all about what people are doing on your posts. Are they just liking your posts and moving on? Are they commenting? Are they sharing? What is the actual interaction? And not all things are weighted equal either. If someone goes in and they just like your post and they say, I liked that, and they move on, Facebook isn't inclined to send that post to other people. Facebook isn't inclined to say, that's a really hot post, I want to send that to somebody else. What Facebook is inclined to do is go, cool, someone liked it, move on. So a like is not as heavy as like a comment, right? And a comment by itself is not nearly as heavy as a comment that was interacted with. So let's take, for example, watching this video, let's say you like the video and you move on, right? Which most people do. And I'm okay with that. We're here to give value. We don't really, it's the interaction is nice, but we don't really care. Our goal is to help you become a better person and help you live a better life through the tips and tricks that we provide. But if you comment, the video might get weighted a little more. Now, that's not saying that I am asking you to do that, but that's the thing that happens is, it'll be get weighted more. Now, if I respond to that comment, then that's going to make it weighted even more, and that content will be distributed even more, widely to the people that you have within your following, whether that's your personal page, your business page, whatever it may be. So, number one, it's that thoughtfulness, that affinity. Number two Facebook hack here. I'm going to go back to the number of posts thing. It's not just about the number of posts, but it's the quality of the content. The algorithm does not like inconsistency. So if you're just kind of popping things in here and there, you're not really keeping yourself on a schedule, you're not posting regularly, don't expect Facebook to want to share your stuff out. We go live pretty much every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Now, our goal at 8 p.m. on Wednesdays is to provide some sort of value, some training, some information that we've prepared that either we got the request from somebody or we found some good content that we wanted to share, whatever it might be. It's something that we do pretty consistently. So what we've noticed is that over time, our videos get a little bit more views. We've noticed that our most recent lives are getting more views than some of our first ones. Now, does that mean that it's going to stay that way? Does that mean it happens every time? Well, no, not really, because the weighting of the likes and the comments and shares and things like that are more important to Facebook. But the quality of what we're doing and the consistency of what we're doing is actually what's really important here too. So when you're posting, you can't just post for a week and think, well, that was consistent enough, I should get more engagement. No, you got to continue to post. You got to continue to put that content out. You got to continue to provide value, because Facebook doesn't want you to sit around and just do one thing and wait for the golden goose to show up. You got to keep working at it. You got to keep the algorithm hot. You got to keep it running. Just like a car, you can't let a car sit for years and then expect to turn the key and it turn right over, right? Same thing with your page, your profile. If you're not posting consistently, you're not going to keep that key turning. You're not going to keep that engine running smoothly. So the biggest thing is, as of recently, you want to have something at least once per day. So if you have a post once per day, Facebook is going to see you as a consistency. Yeah, we'll go with that. So big words are hard some days. But anyways, so they're going to see you being consistent, and they're going to continue to throw people at your posts, or throw your posts at people, however you want to look at it. So that's number two. Number three, the most important part of your post is the first 90 minutes. Now, why 90 minutes, do you ask? Well, 90 minutes is how they've set it up, that when you make a post, that time frame is crucial for people to be able to go through and comment and engage. And they feel that 90 minutes is an appropriate amount of time for people to be able to actually look at your content, and you have the time to engage back. If you posted something, chances are you're still around, you're still available to respond to comments and things like that, right? So the most engagement that you have on your post is most likely to happen in the first 90 minutes, because that's when Facebook is more likely to send that around. So the idea is that when you post something, stick around for a while. Don't just throw something out there and wait for it. Stick around, engage with people, because your post will get way more engagement and way more reach if you can actually respond in a timely manner to some of those likes, comments, shares, things like that. And Facebook will see that as you being, social on the page, right? So that's number 3. So number 4, the algorithm will work for you when you understand your people. And this, I think, is probably the most important one, because this is what we teach a lot with people that we help, is figuring out that target market, figure out the people that you really want to speak to, figure out who you really want to resonate with, and use those people as your audience. And even if those people may not be all over your page or all over your profile, what you want to do is you want to use those, use that content as, or, use the content that you're putting out to be targeted to those specific people. So for us, our target is network marketers who are looking for more leads, looking to take their business online, affiliate marketers who are looking to try to attract more of their leads instead of, going out and try to find people. That's what we're working for. That's what we help other people do. That's what we help network marketers and affiliate marketers do. So why would we put content out about Forex trading? Why would we put content out about, doing real estate sales, things like that? We don't want content that doesn't resonate with the people that are normally following our page. So what we do is, number 1 is understand our target market. We know that. And so understand what they're doing, understand how they're reacting, understand what time of day they're doing things. Understanding the people that are going to interact on your content is crucial, because you don't want to do things outside of those windows, and it may take time, honestly, because you may not know. And it's hard with personal profiles. I know there's some tools out there. I'm not 100% savvy on all the tools that are out there that can do this. But with Facebook pages, you can look at insights and you can see most of the people who engage on your page from time to time, what time frame they're actually active. And you can adjust your posts one way or the other to fit that time frame, right? And in that time frame, what you want to do to keep the algorithm going, to keep things rolling, is you want to post generally sometime in the morning and sometime in the evening. And a good rule of thumb is to post 12 hours apart. But for some people, that might not make sense. We've looked at hours, and what you might notice on our page is that we post at 10 a.m. in the morning and 6:30 p.m. in the evening, because most people that we find, that morning time, that's kind of when most people are getting up, getting moving. That's when they're perusing around Facebook, especially in the entrepreneurial world. Most people aren't up at 5 in the morning. Some are, but a lot of them are going to sleep in a little bit. They're going to take their time. They don't have a day job to get to. So they're going to roll out of bed when they're ready. They're going to get up. They're going to start their day. Now, I'm not saying that everybody needs to be like that, but that's what we have found, is that that's where our target is. Now, it may be different for you. Your page may show a different time frame. It may be wider, it may be shorter, but you want to stay in that time frame to help make sure that whoever that you're targeting is seeing your content, right? So the last hack, and I don't call this a hack, but I think it might be, just because, that's something that I guess you can call it, because we're kind of giving you some insight into what's going on. But the last one here, and this is actually from Facebook, and I am going to read this because I think that it's good to read this word for word instead of interpreting this. So forgive me here if I stumble on anything, but this is from Facebook. And I don't have the article handy. I wish I did. But I actually got this from somebody else that talked about it. But the article itself, there was an excerpt in here, and it said, our research, this is from Facebook. Facebook said this, says, our research has shown us that after friends and family, people have 2 other strong expectations when they come to the newsfeed, and that's information and entertainment, right? So after friends and family, so friends and family is a priority. That's what most people have a priority for on Facebook. But after that, the 2 top most priorities for them is information and entertainment. So think about that, right? If you're trying to inform people and you say, you know what, I'm going to provide information, let's do this. and all you're doing is posting motivational content all over the place and you're never providing any sort of information whatsoever, are you actually providing what they're looking for? No, not really. Now, don't get me wrong. We do post a lot of motivational stuff on our page. And that's because that's what we know that our audience likes. And we also know that that kind of starts the conversation a lot of times. We want that positive energy on our page. We want people to feel welcome. We want people to come to our page for a pick-me-up. But at the same time, that's also why we do our training on Wednesdays. That's why we do interviews. That's why we, have our review day on Sunday where we go through some of the stuff of what happened in the week, what was good, what was bad, that kind of stuff. That's why we do those things, is because we don't want our page to be purely motivational and inspirational, even though that's great, but we want to provide information. On top of that, we try to do our best to provide entertainment as well. Generally, that comes within our lives. Usually when I mess up a word because my mouth sometimes or my brain sometimes moves faster than the other. And so there's times where my brain does stuff so fast, my mouth can't catch up, or my mouth just does this a lot. And then my brain's like, whoa, slow down. I need to tell you what to say before you just go blah, 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 out of your mouth. So sometimes it can be entertaining. Sometimes it isn't. Well, whatever, but the whole thing is that we're here to provide value in the form of inspiration, motivation, education, and a little bit of fun in there, right? So I'm going to recap those for you here. So your five Facebook hacks. So number one, you have the ultimate algorithm is thoughtfulness, or in Facebook's world, affinity with the people that are engaging on your posts. Number two is it's not about the number of your posts, but it's about the quality of your content. You don't want to post all day long and then not have any quality to your content. And they don't like inconsistency either. Number three, the most important part of your post is the first 90 minutes. That's where you want to have your most engagement. That's where you want to be able to do what you can and be able to respond back to people when they're commenting. Number four, the algorithm will work for you when you understand people. Understand your people that you're trying to target, that you're trying to reach with your content, and actually speak to them directly. And then number five, that whole thing from Facebook is that there's two other priorities outside of friends and family. Ooh, I just hit the desk with my ring. Man, that could have been bad. Good thing it's a tungsten ring. But yeah, the fifth one there is, education or information and entertainment. So informational and entertainment is what people are looking for outside of friends and family. So that's all I've got for today. I appreciate you sticking around with me and checking us out and being able to learn a little bit of what we're learning and learn a little bit of the kind of experience that we have to be able to provide for you. As you've seen down on the bottom here, we do have a free 10-day boot camp that we are giving away, and that is free for everybody. And it's just learn a little bit more about what we do. We are in attraction marketing. We teach attraction marketing. And so we just want to make sure we share the love and, give people the opportunity to get that resource and do that. So I'm going to go ahead and throw that link in the comments as well. So that way you have it, and then have yourself a wonderful evening. We'll talk next time. Bye now.